Alright, we're doing this live. Welcome to the circle. This is episode 1. I've been saying for a long ass time that I wanted to make a podcast, but until today I didn't have the right motivation. I got my boy here with me, Demetrius. You want to introduce yourself?
Bro, the only person that calls me Demetrius is the fucking feds and the IRS and my mom. So you can just call me Meech.
Big Meech in the house.
Let's run it.
Alright, the reason I'm starting this... Alright, I'm just gonna spit it out. Some motherfucker hacked my iCloud, right? Took all the porn, all the nudes, anything remotely sensitive that was on there, and has been threatening me and holding it over my head for the last few days. Really the last month or so. But today it all just came to a head. And I mean, I'm sick of this shit. And someone once said, if there's something you're ashamed of, the only way to release yourself from the shame is to just come out and say and confess. So yeah, 2020 was a fucking hell of a year for me. I was addicted to pills. I was addicted to masturbation. My dad almost died. This has been the most fucked up, horrible year of my life. But that doesn't matter to anyone, I guess. All that matters is that, they get to point and laugh. Ha ha, look at you. But that, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
You can't get laughed at. You can't be the butt of the joke if there is no joke, right? So if you put it all out there in the ether, you put it all out there in the wavelength, everybody's in on it, you're in on it. I mean, there's no more butt of the joke. I feel you. I get what you're saying. I get what you're trying to do. And I support it. I'm here.
Yeah. And you know what? I came into this thinking that I was going to name the person who hacked my iCloud, but now I don't think I will. You know who you are. I'm not going to return the favor because I'm not like you, okay? I don't have a vested interest in your life like you do in mine. Fucking Ross Cloud. All I'm saying is my addictions came hand in hand. The pills and the jerking off and watching porn came hand in hand. Right now, I'm 3 to 4 months sober off that shit. And what's really fucked up for me is that I can't be reborn. You're not letting me be reborn. That's all I really want at the end of this year, is to become a better person. To shake off the shackles of the past, my fucked up shit that I did. In this life, I've been a drug addict, a thief, a liar, a pervert. I'm a lot of things, man. But I'm trying. I'm trying, bro.
Amen. What you got to think about, Fuafo, this is, and this is for anybody else who's listening to the same shit, bro, is this might be the most real shit that you ever hear, might be the most vulnerable shit that you ever hear, but hopefully it speaks to you. And the same thing I'll say to you, Fuafo, is the same thing I'll say to anybody else that's listening, is in order to be reborn, you gotta fucking die, bro. You gotta die. This was a rough year for you, Fuafo. This was a rough year for a lot of people, bro. So anybody that's hearing this, if you're going through your rough year, remember, bro, you got to die to be reborn. Look at it like this is the death.
So is that what this is? This
is the death, bro.
This is the death.
If we're looking at it biblically, bro, anybody that knows me knows my background, knows that I'm in that Bible like nobody's business. Joy cometh in the morning. Right. The night is darkest right before the dawn. Right now we're on our Saturday. Right now we are on Saturday. Christ was crucified on the Friday. Rose on the Sunday. Right now we're on Saturday. We haven't had that rebirth yet. It's coming, but it's hard to see it when the night is so dark. It's hard to see it when you're in the tomb wrapped up on that Saturday. So I'm just going to say this. Fuafo, I'll say this to you. I'll say this to whoever's listening. wherever you are, the Saturdays of your life, it's dark right now, but if you remove yourself from the equation, you take the bird's eye view, joy cometh in the morning, baby. Joy cometh in the morning.
Amen. My thing is, it's just like, I guess I've just talked too much shit in my time. I made too many enemies. Is that what this is?
Nah, bro.
Have I talked too much shit, y'all?
Nah, bro.
If so, let me know. Because I'm the kind of person where I just be saying things that I think. Not really, not really thinking about how it affects other people around me. I guess you could call that a lack of empathy. But maybe I was just born without it. Maybe there's something wrong, like some kind of disconnect in my brain that where other people, they would understand and be like, okay, you know what, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I should, like, whatever that is, it didn't come naturally to me. It's something that I had to learn.
Yeah.
Like an intellectual exercise as opposed to feeling it,
Yeah. Say what you say whatever's on your head, my guy, but I promise you that's not it. That's not it. Whatever's going down right now, I'm pretty confident. And listen, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident. Some people just want to see the world burn. Some people just like the Joker.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Heath Ledger, the GOAT, but some people just want to see the world burn. And some things happen, you just don't know the reason behind them. Like, no one knows the reason behind your dad getting sick. Well shit, okay, maybe medically.
All right, should I explain that? Okay. Actually, should I put his business out there?
Yeah, don't do that shit, bro. Nah.
Okay, I won't. Let's just say that in the month of November, my dad almost passed, and it was really hard for me.
Right.
But he's doing better now.
God willing, he makes the full recovery. But the point I'm trying to make is sometimes things just happen, and I'm not gonna say that this is one of those times in particular with this hacking, but I will say when things happen outside of your control, stewing on them don't make it any better. You can make yourself miserable, thinking and plotting, getting in your feelings or whatever, but it's not going to change the situation. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that changes the situation, I think this is really good. What you led with was when something's like shaming you, something's holding over your head. The only way to get over with, get through it, is to just out it. I think I remember seeing that on a TV show too. Somebody's getting blackmailed by somebody, and at the end of the day, they're just like, you know what, F it.
Just get out
if I get out in front of it, I just say my piece. I let the world know. You can't leak a story on me that I've already leaked on myself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can't make a joke on me that I've already made on myself.
Cajun style.
Right. So
that's what they call it when you get out in front of something. Cajun style.
Cajun style. Why is that?
You get out in front of it Cajun style. I don't know where that originated. I just saw it on 30 Rock. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Shout out Tina Fey.
Tracy yeah, shout out Tina Fey.
All right. Shout out Donald
Tracy
Glover,
Morgan.
Tracy Morgan.
Shout out all them.
Okay.
But anyways, talk to them about that shit you were saying earlier about boycott Pornhub.
All right. So
that's interesting.
So off the mic, me and Fuafo were talking about just like the plague that pornography is in the American psyche in general. And, I'm anti-porn. I'll say that first and foremost. Maybe later on we'll go into that story, but I'm anti-porn. I won't force that on anybody else. But one viewpoint, one opinion I think that should be universally accepted is that Pornhub needs to be boycotted. Just along these same lines, there's thousands and thousands of stories of girls getting their videos that they sent to a partner in confidence leaked and put on the platform. Sexual trauma that's been leaked and put on that platform. And for me, reading those stories on Twitter and on the internet and on blogs and think pieces and hearing people vocally as well get their stories out, it was heartbreaking to me because, it's just like one of your most vulnerable moments, something that you're intending for the eyes of maybe one, and that person goes behind your back and leaks it, or something happens and someone else decides that that's going to be public domain now. To me, that's terrifying in and of itself. That's hard to swallow. But couple that with the fact that this might be one of your most traumatic events, say that you get raped or sexually assaulted or something like that, and now that's being replayed over and over in people's on people's laptops or their phones all over the world. Yeah. Imagine how that fucks with your psyche. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know
that'll make you kill yourself. People have committed suicide off that shit, bro.
And for me, the fact that it's so difficult for these people to get the platform Pornhub to take those videos down, that they're not listening to people who are, you know, in not just vulnerable, but in times of pain when they see that stuff's been leaked, and the platform, the least they can do is take it down. Videos of children, you know, of minors, and they're not even willing to do that. So for me, I feel like as a public, whether you're a voyeur or not of pornography, I don't care. Whatever you do is whatever you do. I have my opinions on it. But what I would say is, as a community, we got to step up and force those guys to change. They're making quite a bit of money. If you know how big the porn segment of the economy is, global economy, how much money they make in advertising alone, it's astronomical. So they're not going to change just because it's the right thing to do. No company does that. Yeah. They'll change when the public puts pressure on them, when they go somewhere else for their porn. Whatever you're doing, either. I mean,
but are the other websites, are they not compromised in some way? Like, I'm sure that the whole, you know, like rape, revenge porn thing takes place in other places too, right?
You know,
it's not just porn.
I'm sure it's all over the internet. I'm not super deep into like the nether regions of the internet.
By the way, revenge porn is illegal, you fuck niggas.
Yeah. So don't do it.
I could go to the feds, but I won't. I'm doing this instead. You're welcome.
Hey, okay. Better man than me. All I'm saying, it might, and I'm not naive enough to believe that it doesn't exist in other places, but I am a proponent for attacking the big dog. Go for the big dog, and I guess Pornhub's on top. Go for the big dog, and that produces industry change, right? So hopefully it becomes a movement. It becomes a standard in the industry where you don't post fucking children, or, you know, you don't post revenge porn. And if you do, if you make the mistake, there's a lot of content out there that you have the decency to take it down. And if not, these are the things that can transpire. So I'm not naive enough to say that Pornhub's the only platform that's doing it. I'm sure that I'm positive that it exists other places. But I will say that you punch the biggest bully on the block in the face one good time, and the rest of those motherfuckers
they get scared.
Yeah, they get scared. They're questioning whether or not they want to mess with you. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I like that.
Yeah. So my personal opinions on pornography in general are, you know, they're my own. I'll dive into that later on if you want to hear it. But as far as like just decency for other people, yeah, man, you like, I feel like that should be a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want to do privately is up to you, but when it infringes on other people's like peace of mind, other people's, you know, sanity, and just decency, yeah, man. Sorry, bro.
Bro, I'm already feeling better.
Yeah, I can tell you. I can hear in your voice.
I already feel better. Yeah. I'm so glad I said all that shit that I said just now. Yeah. By the way, ladies, if you are in possession of my dick pics, please do not hesitate to tell me how much you enjoy them. Do not hesitate to tell me how that I'm packing heat.
Yikes!
I want to hear all the compliments.
Yikes! Please. So just a little bit of a background.
Any ex-girlfriend whose information might have been leaked. Sorry, I guess.
A little background for those of you not privy to this. Like Fuafo mentioned, his iCloud got leaked, and on it were, you know, hacked. Pictures of himself. So we're under the assumption that these pictures have been leaked.
Ex-girlfriends, like porn, etc. Like
anybody that remembers, like what year was it? Like 2014 when the fappening happened.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So in 2014, a lot of celebrities got their iClouds hacked. Ironically, this is, I guess, the Fappening 5 right now, but never thought that anyone I know would be in that position.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, so
who the fuck am I that y'all want to hack me?
Hold on, let me give them the background for those not privy.
Bitch ass nigga.
So I think Kate Upton, the supermodel, was in it. Jennifer Lawrence. There was like a handful of celebrities. At one point, I think it was like in the 60s and 70s. Like we're talking terabytes of data of sensitive photos. I guess even celebrities take nudes, and they basically just leaked them. Don't know if it was a solo hacker or multiple, but basically leaked them on the internet, and the whole ordeal was called the fappening, and it happened. I don't think not once, but I think 2 times, right, Fuafo?
Yeah, there was a fappening, and then there was a fappening sequel number 2, I guess you want to call it. It's fucked up to call it that, but that's what the internet
recognized it as. I remember actually reading that story, and I was like, yo, my dude, like that's terrifying. When I read that story and read that all these people got their iClouds hacked, this was back when cloud technology was getting up in the upswing, and I said it then. I was like, bro, you will not catch me using any iCloud. You will not catch me putting my data up there. I'm keeping my shit stored on a hard disk, even though I know it's possible to hack my iPhone. I know that, but I just didn't trust it after that whole ordeal. And I remember talking to specifically Fuafo and his brother and cousin and a couple of the other homies, and was like, yo, man, like, yo will not catch me on the cloud. You won't catch me. And they were like, bro, who are you that someone would want to hack you? Like, you're just some nobody in the middle of nowhere. And I was like,
famous last words.
I was like, watch. I was like, okay. And look at us now. I'm not here to say I told you so. I'm just saying it could happen to anybody. Anybody. Whether this is a cautionary tale or not, I don't know. But I'm just saying I don't trust technology. I understand it's a necessary evil, because like right now we're able to get our voices out to like tens of people.
Tens. My dude said
maybe
tens.
Single digits through technology.
No, all 10 of y'all need to hear this though. And you need to go home and delete anything you don't want anyone else to see. No, don't even pause this shit right now and go delete everything you don't want anyone else to see.
I'll wait.
Y'all back?
Okay. Right. All I'm saying is it's tragic, and I think about my past partners and like how devastated I would be to know that like I was the reason that happened. And a lot of times, I feel bad, but a lot of times girls will maybe like send pictures or whatever, and the homies will be like, yo, man, look at what this chick sent me. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, bro, like that's not something that you should be doing.
Exactly.
But I don't say anything because, it's not my place. But now, like, as like I've gotten older, I'm kind of thinking, man, like, yeah, you can't afford to not be vocal about that stuff, man. That's not for you.
Yeah. Yo, you remember the other day when Cardi B on her birthday, nudes leaked?
Yes, man.
In the group text, everyone was just flaming her for the size of her nipples. I remember thinking, yo, this is fucked.
Yeah, man.
Like, how come y'all don't see, like, her side of this? How come you don't feel sorry for her? I felt bad, man, looking at that shit.
Not just our group chat, but
I'm like, that's not a good look.
Our damn, like, Twitter, too, bro. Like, shout out to Black Twitter. Y'all is funny and everything like that, but, like, sometimes you just take that shit too far, bro.
Exactly.
But at the same time, like, maybe I am being in my feelings and being sensitive, but I think that, like, when you expose yourself, and I wouldn't say expose yourself, but when you open yourself up to, one person, you send something that's supposed to be intimate, or someone takes a picture of you that you don't consent to or anything like that, and that's made public to the world, that's not the same thing as flaming somebody for wearing socks and sandals on the beach. You know what I'm saying? That's not the same thing at all. I think some things are okay to make jokes about, and other things you got no business even partaking in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a line.
Yeah, there is a line.
There's a line, bro.
Yeah.
And it's, it's social media has really desensitized us to all of this.
Yeah, that's true.
It's people aren't people anymore. They're accounts. Yeah. People are accounts now, and you can't feel sorry for an account,
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like it's a shell of a person.
Yeah. But that's the same thing I told you, bro. That's the same thing I told when we were in the gym, and I was like, bro, like, just put the phone down. Like, everything will still be there. All the accounts will still be there. All the tweets will still be there. Even if people delete them, everything will still be there. You can put your phone down, ignore the accounts, ignore the tweets, ignore the Instagram posts, and walk away from it for a short time. You know what I'm saying? One thing I think that
get a pump.
One thing I think about social media in general in our generation is, especially right now in the quarantine, is people are freaking glued to their daggum phones, man. Glued to those accounts. They put so much, it reminds me of that Black Mirror episode. Shout out Black Mirror, where that one white lady in pink with the red hair is like trying to get social points. Her whole everything is tied.
She wasn't happy. She said, "Fuck y'all niggas."
Yeah, when she said when she hit rock bottom, those social points were at a zero, and she was a nobody. She was a loser. Her whole demeanor changed, and that's what the same thing that keeps playing over and over in my mind is right now. We're just like social points, content, pictures, and it blows my mind because it's hard now. We're more glued to our phones than ever with the whole pandemic and being, on quarantines and shit like that. But at the same time, it's become just as difficult to make content. You can't go anywhere now. You're not out going on vacation, taking pictures and showing them to your friends like, haha, y'all broke bitches. I'm in Cancun. Or, you know what I'm saying? Your boyfriend's broke. He can't afford the wedding ring, so you can post a picture on Instagram like, y'all ha, broke bitches. I got a fat ass 28 karat. I don't know shit about jewelry. I'm sorry, but you get what I'm saying.
That's what it always comes down to, isn't it?
What, flexing?
I got more money than you.
It's not about money, dude.
I mean, isn't that what the
no, bro. It's about status.
Ring is
money is part of that, but so is education. So is physical appearance. It's all about status. It's about being
where you are in the hierarchy.
Yeah. It's about being bigger in the pecking order, and that's. I'm not saying that's a negative thing because that's just how humans. That's animals.
That's how we.
That's
evolved.
how you are. That's how you progress.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is getting caught in the game, getting caught in the trap, is bad.
I mean, shout out to Jordan Peterson. I read his book 12 Rules for Life, and the first chapter, he kind of talks about the dominance hierarchy, and one thing that really stood out to me is that he said the bottom of the dominance hierarchy is a terrible place to be. Yep. That's where disease lives. That's where addiction lives. That's where people rob you. That's where you can't afford health insurance. Right. That's where your kids can't go to a good school. That's where you missing mortgage payments. That's the bottom of the dominance hierarchy. That's homelessness. Yep. That's despair and chaos. Right. So in essence, like that Black Mirror episode where you're shedding yourself of all the people and
expectations.
The expectations of how you should be. Like, I hear you, but at the same time, you feel me?
Yeah, I'm not saying this is what this is. I hope I'm getting the point across to you, Fuafo, and those listening. But I'm not saying that hierarchy is a bad thing. Like I said, that's how you evolve. That's how we progress. That's natural as human beings. What I'm saying is you cannot get caught in the trap of this false hierarchy. It's not. Social media in general is not real. It's perceived social hierarchy. It's perceived status. It's perceived whatever. So people can put on whatever image they want and show you the image that you want to see, and how you interpret it is up to you, right? So my thing is not that, get rid of all social standing and get like beauty doesn't exist or whatever. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is you can't get caught in that trap. When you get caught in that trap, that's where depression hits. That's where you look at your life versus the life people are portraying on social media, and you're saying, damn,
and it's a lie.
It's a lie. No, yeah. And
it's a lie.
And shout out to Dune. It was supposed to be releasing this month, the movie. But shout out to my man Paul Muad'Dib, because in that book, Dune, by Frank Herbert, he says the first step in evading a trap, or knowing there's a trap, is the first step in evading it. Right?
Yeah.
So knowing that there's something lurking is the first step in you avoiding that. So when you know that this is a trap, when you know that these images that you see, these tweets that you see or whatever are not in fact real, you give yourself the power to step outside of that dangerous cycle. And that's what's most important. That's what I was trying to tell you or express in the gym, is you can put it all down. When you remove yourself from the equation, you put the phone away, you realize, hey, I don't see these people when I'm not on my phone. I see normal life. I see real life. Not this.
I see trees. Right. I see birds.
Not this image of what people show you what life is like. You know what I'm saying? That gives you the perspective where you're like, damn, this is real. That is not real. That's perceived, and you know, it may or may not be doctored up images. It may or may not be a snapshot of the best portion of somebody's meal versus
that's what I'm saying.
The 3-hour wait or what the ingredients look like.
I never see what you ladies look like when you roll out of bed. I never see that.
I never see what influencers are doing on the day to day. I just see them on their vacations.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it goes both ways. It's not just women. It's not men. It's everybody.
Yeah.
But shout out to I think it's Frank Herbert who wrote that book Dune, because that quote has sat with me for I don't know how many years. The first step in evading a trap is knowing there's a trap is the first step in evading it. I hope I'm saying that right. All you Dune lovers, make sure you don't crucify me if there even is comments on a podcast. I don't think there is, but
yeah, no, I think I'm gonna put this on YouTube and just have like a graphic
running over
instead of a video, and just have the audio. Yeah. But remind me, I'll include that book you just mentioned, Dune.
Put it in the bio.
Yeah, remind me.
So, anyways, yeah, man, I don't know where we started, where we're going. We're kind of like spitballing on this one, but I appreciate your thoughts thus far, Fuafo. I appreciate the candor that you've had to come forward, and I don't even know if I can call it out yourself, but to get in front of it and to speak your piece,
just
put it in the
piece.
ether, because I believe, and this is the same.
I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one who has either been addicted or to whatever, what have you, drugs, pornography. Yeah. I know I'm not the only one. You're not. Just everyone else is hiding. Right. They're too afraid.
That's the thing that
This is so freeing, by the way. I've never felt like I woke up this morning feeling like shit, and right now I feel like there's like a high. I can feel it. I feel so good now that I've said all of that and it's recorded. But go on.
No, I was just gonna say that it's like well documented. Anybody that's been through a 12 steps program, thank God for the 12 steps. There's so many groups out there for alcoholics, for narcotics, for people addicted to food.
Can I jump in real quick? By the way, I'm glad you mentioned the 12 steps. The book that I published was my 4th step. It's service to other people. That's for everyone who had something to say about it or was making fun of me. Yeah. There's a deeper sentimental reason to why I did that.
Put that and make sure we link a link to that book in case anybody's interested. But that in the 12 steps, you can find this like available anywhere online. But you're not going to make it through the steps if you're not going to get over your addiction. Essentially, if you're not going to admit that you have a problem, right?
Yep.
So you can hide it and you can fight it for as long as you want, but until you come out and say publicly, whether it be in the group or to those that you're, around your personal circle, till you publicly say that you have a problem, you're not going to get over it. So I think you're right there on the right track, Fuafo, and I appreciate you doing this in the public forum like that, man.
Yeah, thanks. All right. Yeah, I mean, do y'all know what the 12 steps are? I just pulled them up.
Yeah, just run through it for the one time.
First one, I mean, this for AA, but you could take that and apply it to any narcotics, pornography, anything. Yeah. First step, admit you got a problem. Your life has become unmanageable. Second step, come to believe in a greater power, something bigger than yourself. Third step, you make a decision that you're going to turn your will in your life over to the care of God. Fourth step, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of yourself. Like you look at yourself exactly as you are. No
edits.
No edits, no filters. Step 5, you admit to God, ourselves, and another human being the exact nature of our wrongs, aka what we're doing right the fuck now. Number 6, you're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. Number 7, You ask him humbly to remove those shortcomings. Number 8, you make a list of all the people you harm, and you make amends. Number 9, you make direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. Number 10, continue to take personal inventory, and when you're wrong, you admit it. Instantly, no hiding. Number 11, sought prayer and meditation to improve conscious contact with God. That one's really important. Meditation, prayer. I meditate every single day when I wake up for 1 hour. And if I don't, I feel like shit for the whole day. I didn't this morning.
Which explains a lot.
Which explains a lot. But you know what? I guess this is kind of a meditation.
Somewhat.
In a way. In 12, you have a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps. And you try to pass on the message.
Share it, bro.
Share it.
All I'm saying is, the purpose of this was basically just to get on the air some things out, no, I wouldn't say the dirty laundry, but bring some air and fresh linen onto the bed, clean everything up.
Yeah.
Get in front of a situation, but also to voice opinions and viewpoints on things that I think are widely applicable to a lot of people, man. And this one right here, this is a widely addiction plagues our communities, plagues our families, and it takes a lot of different shapes. And people think that if they're not, going on benders and missing for 3 days, that they don't have a problem with alcohol, or that they don't have a problem with sex addiction. Or
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Dude, I was addicted to pills, staying up all night at work, nevertheless, operating heavy machinery and thinking I was okay.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't know you have a problem when you have a problem.
Right. Sometimes it takes another voice to get in there and let you know, but all I'm saying is there's peace. There is not just something that I always hear is, if you're not doing something, then you've beaten the addiction. If you're not taking your pills, you've beaten the addiction. That's not the case. That's a change in behavior, but it's not a change in nature, right?
Yeah.
Now, something that's possible with a higher power, and it doesn't have to be, the God of the Hebrews or the God of the Muslims. It doesn't have to be, an organized religion when we're talking about tapping into the higher power, but you have to tap into a power higher than yourself, because if it was up to you, you would never beat your addictions. If you were the only person that was responsible, if your power alone was the only way to overcome it, you would never beat it. We would never beat it. We would be trapped in a cycle of addiction for the rest of our lives. But when you tap into that higher power, the one that you believe in your bones, the one that you acknowledge is above everything, whoever that might be, you are granted the power to overcome that. You realize, hey man, somebody can help me. It might not be my mom or my brother or my girlfriend, but somebody out there is stronger than this, and somebody out there can help me beat it.
And it's hard to hear that voice.
It's hard. It's hard, and it's almost impossible when you're in the thralls of addiction, when you're being overcome by the stimulation of alcohol, of pills, of porn. It doesn't matter what it is, but that's why it's so important to tap into that. That's why it's so important. Oh, man, I had a thought that I was going on, and I had to hammer that home. I completely forgot my train of thought, but I will say that you have to tap into that power. You can't beat it otherwise. Oh, yes, I remember what I was going to say.
By the way, be careful who you listen to, because there are two voices. One that's coming from God and one that's coming from the other dude. Yeah. The other dude's trying to trip you up. Don't listen.
Yeah. He's going to tell you that you'll never be better. He's going to tell you that this is normal. He's going to tell you that this is life, that you don't deserve recovery.
He's going to tell you to not start a podcast. Cough, cough. Right. That was a direct jab, by the way. The person who hears this will know.
Right. This is the point that I was trying to get across before. I wanted to emphasize that higher power is, you'll think to yourself that when you stop the behavior, that you are better, that you have recovered. But that's not the case. Behavior is not nature. Behavior leads to a change in nature. If I kneel down every day and I pray every day, even though I don't want to, that behavior will eventually will become a part of you. If I'm at football practice and I'm running my sprints and I touch the line every time I go down for a suicide, that will become your nature. Now that is muscle memory. Now it's a part of you. But it doesn't.
It's become hardwired.
It's hardwired, but it doesn't happen at the first, right? Recovery is possible. Yeah. Now I don't know, I don't know who needs to hear this, but recovery from your addictions, from whatever, rebirth, so to speak, is possible. But it doesn't come from abstinence alone. It doesn't come from abstaining from whatever it is that you're addicted to.
Yeah, you need help.
Yeah, there's got to be some.
You can't do it by yourself. There's got to be
a source that you pull from. So, listen, I don't want to go preachy on you because I can. I can't go preachy.
Nah, bro,
I can't go preachy.
Preach.
They're not ready for it, but I can't go preachy.
They need to hear this, man. It's real.
I will say that, tapping into the higher power, that's the only way for recovery. Recovery is possible. Behavior changes does not equal recovery. You have to keep going. The awakening will come. And when you catch the fire, when you see the vision, the only way to go is to share it with other people. The only way to do it is to share that good news. I'm telling you, I can go preach on you. But the saints know, Old Testament times, New Testament times, we'll go New Testament times. When they heard the good news, the only thing that they could do was go run and tell everybody it is that they know, right? When you catch that vision, when you see the peace that comes from confession, the peace that comes from the change of life, the light that comes back to your eyes after you get rid of that big monkey on your back, when you shed shame and the pain that comes with that hiding, you'll feel 10 times better. And the only way that you can, I guess, express that joy is to share it with someone else, to help them to feel that. I don't even want to use the word, but to feel that high.
Yeah, I mean, me and Meech were just sitting here talking about this essentially, and I was worried, like saying, I don't know what to do. I've lost the court of public opinion. People are saying this, they think this, and then it just hit me. It was a light bulb moment. Holy shit. This is it. This is the content. This is the subject matter that I've been searching for all along. That I've just been waiting. Like, ironically enough, the worst thing that ever happens to you is also the best thing that ever happens to you.
Expound on that.
If you're willing to see it that way. If you're willing to transmute it into something greater. Like,
it depends though, Fuafo. This is where it all comes back to perspective. I've said it to you and I'll say it a million times, is if you let that bad thing that happens to you be a negative defining factor, something that, you always blame as an excuse for a reason not to do something, it'll never be the best thing that happens to you. But if you use it and you fuel yourself, you use that as a catalyst to fuel your rebirth, you'll always be able to look back on it and be like, I'm grateful for that trial. I'm grateful for that tribulation. But it all comes back to your actions, man. I'm telling you, it all comes back to your actions.
Yeah. No, I feel you 100%. And this whole time I've been suppressing tears, but I'm pretty sure y'all can hear it in my voice. And now that I think about it, why am I suppressing the tears? I should just let them flow.
You got you, bro.
I should just let y'all know that, man, I've really been through this shit this year, man. I've been through this shit this year. It's the hardest year of my life, and I refuse to let you fucking snakes end me. I'm stronger than that. You can't. I won't let you. I respond to a higher power. What are you worth in the scheme of things? The fucking mucus going all over my lips. You know how stupid I look right now? I don't give a fuck. Someone needs to hear this. I don't care. You judge me however you want to judge me. But at least I told the truth. That's what matters at the end of the day. The truth. The truth always comes out. And when you lie, you block your own blessings. My biggest takeaway from all this is that you gotta be careful who you let into your circle. You really gotta be careful. Because you let some people into your circle, they try to take you down. You let others into your circle, they try to build you up. I mean, that's all I got.
Time
for
to
the,
cut.
For
Hey,
the
listen.
moment.
Time to cut this grass, buddy. Time that the snakes love that tall grass.
Oh,
buddy.
should we snitch?
Nah.
Should we start saying names? Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in general.
All right, y'all can keep hiding.
I'm saying in general.
That's okay.
In general, I attest to everything that you're saying, brother. You gotta be selective on who you bring your who you allow to share in your energy. Because like I said, man, snakes love the tall grass, bro. You got to keep your house in order. You keep that grass cut. You keep it tight. You don't let the snakes come in. You see them pop up, and
you know what? I'm snitching on myself, so I don't have to snitch on y'all. Let me put it that way. I'm snitching on myself so that I don't go to the police and tell on you.
Amen. Better man than me.
You're welcome. You're
Better
welcome.
man than me. Listen. I'm not gonna say much, but I will say that during this whole pandemic thing, your boy done walked up into the the ammunition store, got strapped. I'm not saying I would use it ever. Maybe I'm too sissy to do it, but I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Don't push.
Tupac said that. Anyways, I'm done.
Yeah, I ain't a snitch.
I'm done acting hard,
but don't push me, motherfuckers.
You got anything? You got anything else for the people, Fuafo?
Nah, man. I think that's it. I don't know why bother even stretching this. We're already at 42
Yeah, I think
minutes.
we got the meat and the potatoes out.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have an intro. We don't have an outro. Should we just free ball this?
Free ball.
This is the circle.
Yeah. We out.